Hi there everyone, welcome to Love and Light Tarot. And as you can see today, we have three piles here. We are going to do pick a pile reading to find out what do others admire about you. Now this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can of course check all the piles that you want, or maybe one or two of the piles that you feel most drawn to. It's up to you. However, I would recommend you to pick the one that you feel most drawn to instantly while you are watching this. Now, the timestamps for all the three piles will be given in the pinned comment. So, if you want to skip directly to the pile that you have selected, I suggest that you go check the pinned comment. That is where you will find the timestamps. So, this is going to be pile number 1. This is going to be pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. So I would like you to now pause the video for a few seconds if you wish, meditate, select the pile that you feel most drawn to, and let's get started. Alright, pile number 1, for those who have selected this pile, let's find out what people admire about you. This is of course a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Great. Pile number 1, what we have here is a very balanced attitude, and people feel that you are extremely balanced and mature and very level headed. Okay, so be it your career, your personal life, the way you speak, your mannerisms, your overall behavior in society towards your friends, your family, everybody. This could also be strangers whom you're meeting for the first time ever, but they can clearly see that you are a very balanced person. You know how to keep the peace, you know how to be neutral. There are also times when sometimes you have to balance two sides, or you have to keep both the sides happy. Now this could be at the workplace, or this could be your family life, where it's not always possible to pick one side because you need to keep everybody happy. Now I'm not saying that in a negative sense. You're not the type who's a people pleaser. Yes, sometimes there is a tendency uh, to go out of your way and probably keep the peace when it's in fact hurting you or it's annoying you. But I still feel that you try as much as possible to keep the peace and to keep everybody happy, or to balance and be fair and ethical with as many people as possible. Now the downside to this is that sometimes it can go against you, because you know that a particular stand needs to be taken, or something needs to be said, or there is a certain boundary that needs to be drawn, but you are unable to do that because you want things to be peaceful. You want everybody to be happy with whatever you decide. So there could be times when you have certain inner conflict or anxiety or anger or restlessness about certain issues or certain people. And there could be times when you want to say something, but you avoid any kind of confrontation because you want to keep both the sides happy. Now, what people admire about you is your balanced attitude and the way you handle things carefully, the way you have a very neutral approach towards most of the things. And that is something that people genuinely admire about you, because that avoids a lot of unpleasant situations. So, that is something that people like about you. However, what I need to tell you is that don't go overboard with that kind of an attitude, because ultimately it's going to end up hurting you sometimes. You could be saying or doing a lot of things which you do not genuinely agree with, or you don't want to do, but you do it just because you want to be very neutral. So while other people admire that quality of yours, it could end up troubling you in a certain way. I hope you're getting my point. So, yes, if you are asking me about the quality that people admire about you, this is something that people really like about you, that you can look at both the situations or both the parties in a very neutral, balanced, fair, ethical approach, and you try as much as possible to listen to everybody and do things their way and try to keep the peace in every situation. So people could also be depending on you to mediate at times when there are two parties who are not agreeing. This could be at the workplace, or even between friends or family members. People often come to you for a solution, for an amicable solution, or they think that you will be able to listen to both the sides and strike a balance or strike some sort of a reconciliation between two parties. So people could be depending on you a lot for that. Like, for instance, two friends who have an argument about something, you have got nothing to do with that, but they will still come and tell you about it and expect you to be the mediator. Or this could be between a boss and a colleague, or a boss and maybe a client, where you are pulled in suddenly to have a peaceful resolution to that problem or whatever the situation is. So that is a quality that people admire about you. Now, of course, I have explained the downside of this as well. So you need to be a little careful so that you don't end up doing or saying things which go against your principles, your values, just because you want to maintain the peace. All right. So I hope that gave you some clarity. Pile number one, this was your reading. If this resonated, it helped you in any way, please do like, comment, let me know if it helped you. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do that. It really helps me. If you need more clarity about any specific situation in your life, you know where to find me. You can always drop a WhatsApp message. My number is given in the description. And I hope to see you again for another reading. Take care. Love and light to all. Bye bye for now. Hi there, pile number two. For those who selected this pile, let us check what do people admire about you. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you need more clarity about any specific situation, you know what to do. If this is your first time on the channel, I would request you to go through the description column. That is where I have all my Instagram links and my contact details if you need a personal reading. And if you haven't subscribed already, of course, please do subscribe, because that really helps me. Wow, okay. Pile number two, what you have here is Page of Swords, Star, and Five of Wands. So I do feel that you are somebody who is very clear with their communication, sometimes to the point of being very blunt. Okay? But even if you are blunt, you have this very healing quality. You have a very positive quality and optimistic quality to this particular blunt attitude that you have. And you could be somebody who has a very healing touch when the situation is really tense, or people are fighting, they are arguing, or somebody is grumpy, somebody's angry, maybe throwing tantrums or has ego issues. This could be at the workplace, this could be in your personal life, among friends, family members, anybody. In fact, if you felt drawn to pile number one, I think you should also check that pile, because there are certain similarities that I see in pile number one and two here. Okay, so your overall attitude towards life, towards situations, towards people, and everything around you is very positive. It's very optimistic, very hopeful, and it always has a healing touch to it. So, even if you are very blunt and sometimes very ruthless with your communication, you say it as it is. You say things the way they should be said, because sometimes beating around the bush is not really helpful. And that is a quality that people admire about you, right? So, you may have this very childlike quality where you just say whatever you feel like, or you just one look at you and people know. You probably don't even have to say a lot in terms of words. One look at your face, your expressions, and people know what you're thinking and what you're trying to say. And although this might feel like a very spontaneous, a very rude, blunt kind of an energy, I feel that it has the desired effect, because people instantly understand what you want to convey, and people instantly understand that there is a very healing, optimistic touch that you have to this entire childlike spontaneity that you have in your conversation. So there could be times when you have acted as a mediator, or somebody who has avoided conflict, or somebody who has healed some sort of a conflict between friends, between colleagues, or family members, or something like that. Right? Now, the downside to this is that sometimes you go overboard, and sometimes your um, openness, or your blunt attitude towards addressing a certain issue can be a little hurtful. It can end up hurting somebody's ego, is what I'm hearing. It can end up hurting somebody's feelings. This is only in certain extreme situations, if you lose your mind like really lose your temper, right? But I don't see that this happens very often. Most of the time, what people see is a very positive outcome, a very positive and healing attitude that you have towards any difficult situation, and it instantly puts them in a very hopeful, cheerful, optimistic mood. So even if you have nothing to do with the problem that is on hand, you could still be solving a lot of problems just by the attitude that you have. That is something that people admire about you. So you always look at the positive side of everything, and they in turn look at you to get that positivity in every situation. So just be a little careful with your words. Sometimes, without realizing, you could end up hurting somebody's ego. So just try to have a balance, and just try to take a pause and think for a few seconds and choose your words wisely. Otherwise, I do not see any major problems here. In fact, people really like your attitude and the way you deal with things, and they sometimes wish and hope that they could be like you. So that is something that they admire about you, pile number two. If this has resonated, if you have liked it, found it useful, and I would really like to know if these readings are resonating. So please do like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that as well. I will see you at another reading next time. Till then, take care, all of you. Love and light to all. Bye bye for now. Hi there, pile number three. Let's check out what we have for you. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're going to find out what people admire about you. Okay, great. Oh, wow. All right, pile number three. A very good message is coming out. People admire the quality of being very steady, very dependable, stable in whatever you do in life. Yes, you are a little slow when it comes to taking decisions, when it comes to taking any action, but whatever it is that you do it with full confidence, with full conviction, and you know what you're doing. You are not reckless, you are not irresponsible in any way. You might take some time to arrive to certain conclusions or decisions or actions, but whatever it is that you do, you are 100% confident about it. Okay, there is also this quality of helping other people, or um, it's not a very selfish attitude. So when I say that you are very confident and um extremely stable in your decision making, yes, there is one quality about you which is very independent. So you like doing things independently, you like taking your own decisions, but at the same time, if there is somebody who requires help, or if you are working with somebody, this could be in your job, in your business, this could be a business partner, a life partner, this could be a friend, family member, anybody. If you feel that they need your help, or if you feel that there is something that you're doing together, you will of course take this person along and see to it that they do well in whatever it is that they are doing. So although you're very independent in that way, you will not neglect the other person who's with you, no matter what it is. It could be a very simple trivial thing, or it could be something very serious, but you will always take care of the other person as well. Of course, you do not like to be told constantly what to do, you do not like to take orders from people, you will treat people as equals. So it means that you have a certain part of your life which you would like to keep very independent, regarding certain decisions about your career, about your love life, about whatever it is that you do. And then there is that part where you also make people feel heard and make people feel seen, and you take care of them. So you have this fine balance between having your own individuality and also being a team player, right? Now, this quality of having a very steady, stable mind, a very logical, very practical approach towards certain things is what people find extremely soothing, extremely comforting, and people actually trust you. They depend on you. They look towards you for some sort of advice or some kind of help, because they know that you are that type of a person on whom they can depend or they can trust. So this is something that people find very attractive about you, and they admire you for that. The downside towards this is, actually I don't really see too much of a negative aspect in your reading. But if I have to point out, then yes, sometimes you take too long to make decisions, or you're just too stubborn sometimes when it comes to what you want to do. You do not like to be pushed around, you do not like to be hurried, and people could be waiting for an answer regarding something, maybe a plan, maybe something related to your work or your personal life, but you take your own sweet time. So that is something that maybe you need to work on, because each and every time it may not be a good thing. There are certain decisions that need to be taken spontaneously. There are some people who need spontaneous answers even if you may not like it. So try and be a little flexible when it comes to these things. Otherwise, I don't see any major issues here, right? So this is the reading for you, pile number 3. I hope you liked it. you found it helpful. I hope it resonated. Do let me know, and do like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also check the description box on my page. That is where I have given my Instagram channel link, and if you would like to maybe send me a small energy exchange, my PayPal link is there. Also, my WhatsApp number is there if you would like to book a reading with me. So I hope to see you next time for another reading, pile number 3. Take care. Love and light to all, and bye bye for now.